They aren't purebred. They don't cost thousands. They don't have fancy pedigrees or exotic names. But somehow, they've managed to steal the hearts of millions around the world. They're in your neighborhoods, your homes, your shelters, and maybe even curled up in your lap right now. This is the story of the domestic short-haired cat. A cat so common, yet so extraordinary. This cat changed everything. Domestic short-haired cats, or DSH as they're often called, aren't a breed. They're a blend. A beautiful, unpredictable, and deeply personal mix of genes, personalities, and charm. These cats come in all shapes, colors, and sizes. Some have fiery orange coats, others are sleek black, snow white, or tabby striped. But despite their differences, they all share something in common. They are deeply loved. And for good reason. Today, we're diving deep into why the domestic short-haired cat has become the most beloved type of feline on Earth, how they came to be, what makes them so special, and why they've forever changed the relationship between humans and cats. Humble beginnings. The rise of the DSH cat. The domestic short-haired cat doesn't come from royal bloodlines, but its story is noble. Thousands of years ago, wild cats began associating with humans, not because we tamed them, but because they chose us. As civilizations grew and grain storage became a target for rodents, wild cats found an opportunity. Mice meant food. Humans meant safety. And gradually, a bond was born. Fast forward through centuries of coexistence, and you get the domestic cat. But the domestic short-haired cat wasn't bred in the traditional sense. It emerged naturally, as a result of genetic diversity and adaptation. Unlike purebred cats that are selectively bred for appearance and traits, domestic shorthairs evolved on their own terms. This self-made lineage gave them strength, health, versatility. They weren't bred for perfection, they were born from survival. And that's exactly why they thrive. A cat of the people, accessibility and affection. Let's face it, not everyone can afford a Maine Coon or a Persian. Pedigreed cats can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But the domestic short-haired cat? You can find one at any shelter, rescue center, or in need of a loving home just down the street. They're not exclusive, they're everywhere. And they're for everyone. But what makes them so special isn't just their availability, it's their personalities. Domestic shorthairs are often incredibly affectionate, smart, playful, and adaptable. Their mixed genetic backgrounds give them unique temperaments. Some are social butterflies, some are quiet observers, and others are little comedians with boundless energy. They form deep bonds with their humans, not because they're bred to be lap cats, but because they choose to love you. And when a cat chooses to love you, that's something powerful. The health advantage, natural selection at its best. Here's something many people don't realize. Domestic short-haired cats are often healthier than purebred cats. Why? Because they come from diverse gene pools. Purebred cats are more likely to inherit genetic diseases due to inbreeding and restricted lineages. But DSH cats have evolved over centuries, passing down only the strongest traits. This gives them stronger immune systems, fewer hereditary conditions, and often longer lifespans. They're survivors, fighters, and their bodies reflect that. This isn't to say purebred cats aren't amazing, but if you want a cat that's likely to live a long, healthy life with minimal health issues, domestic shorthairs are hard to beat. It's natural selection at its finest, and it works in their favor. Low maintenance, high reward. One of the biggest reasons people love domestic short-haired cats is how easy they are to care for. Their short coats don't mat easily. They don't need constant grooming. They're often independent and low drama, but they'll still curl up with you at the end of a long day. They're low maintenance, but high reward. They'll entertain you with their quirks, make you laugh with their antics, and comfort you with their calm presence. And unlike many animals, they don't need constant supervision or entertainment. They're perfect for busy households, first-time pet owners, or anyone looking for a companion without overwhelming responsibility. In short, they fit into real life. And they make it better. The Shelter Star. How DSH cats dominate adoption centers. Walk into any animal shelter or rescue center, and you'll likely be met with dozens of domestic short-haired cats. That's not a coincidence. They make up nearly 95% of all cats in shelters. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Because they're so common, many are overlooked. People sometimes pass them up for more exotic or rare breeds. But here's the thing. Those cats in cages, they're extraordinary too. They just don't come with a fancy label. Every domestic short-haired cat in a shelter has a story. Maybe they were abandoned. Maybe they were born in the streets. Maybe someone simply couldn't care for them anymore. But no matter their story, they're full of love, potential, and life. And they're waiting for someone to see them. Really see them. If you've ever thought about adopting, now is the time. Because when you adopt a domestic short-haired cat, you're not just getting a pet. You're saving a life. The emotional bond. How these cats heal us. Ask anyone who's owned a domestic short-haired cat, and they'll tell you, it's not just a pet, it's a relationship. There's something deeply emotional about these cats. Maybe it's their gratitude after adoption. Maybe it's the way they watch you with those soulful eyes. Or how they know when you're having a bad day and quietly curl up next to you. They have a sixth sense, a way of showing love without needing words. And in a world that moves too fast, that love means everything. DSH cats don't just fill your home. They fill your heart. They bring comfort to the lonely, laughter to the weary, and companionship to those who need it most. They're emotional healers in fur coats. Celebrities, culture and recognition. DSH cats in the spotlight. Think domestic short-haired cats don't make headlines? Think again. From internet icons like Lil Bub and Maru to animated stars like Puss in Boots and Felix the Cat, domestic shorthairs are everywhere in pop culture. Even Taylor Swift, known for her love of Scottish folds, has praised her DSH rescue cats. And in homes all across the world, from Hollywood to rural towns, DSH cats are cherished as family. They've inspired poems, paintings, and viral videos. They've been heroes in news stories, saving children from dogs or alerting families to fires. They're not just beloved, they're legendary. Why this cat changed everything. So why did this cat change everything? Because it reminded us that beauty isn't about breeding, that love doesn't need a pedigree, that the most extraordinary companions are often the ones that don't stand out at first glance, but change your life the moment they walk in. The domestic short-haired cat didn't need to be engineered. It didn't need perfection. It just needed time and the space to be itself. And now, it's one of the most loved animals in the world. It changed how we see pets. It changed how we adopt. It changed what we value. It changed everything. If you've ever thought about opening your heart to a pet, visit your local shelter. Look for the cat with no fancy breed name. The one quietly watching you. The one everyone passed by. That cat might just be the one who changes your life. And if this video touched you, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with your friends. It's completely free, and it helps more people discover the beauty of these amazing cats. Drop a comment below and tell us, do you have a DSH cat? What's their name and how have they changed your life? Because we believe that every cat has a story, and yours could inspire the next rescue. Thanks for watching, and give your cat a little extra love today. They've earned it.